let's look at these badges, and I want you guys to tell me. We're going to talk thumbs up or thumbs down on these badges, and I'll give you my take on them too. I wrote an article about this one. So the first one is fast twitch, and I didn't think about this probably as long as I could have, but I was trying to think of the player who best relates or would have this particular skill. So fast twitch is ability to get off the floor quicker for standing layups and dunks. The first person that popped in my head was Mitchell Robinson for the Knicks. When you talk about bigs who are just literally a half a step or anything away from a dunk at all times whenever they grab the ball, he is the one who really comes to my mind. And so that's that one. You say thumbs up. Woke Youngin says thumbs up. In space says D Rose. D Rose makes sense if you say fast twitch, but they saying the ability to get off the floor quicker for standing layups and dunks. That's not a guard. Definitely Zion. I can see that, but it's not a guard. FMG Reed says it's pointless. I actually would be interested in why you say it's pointless. I want to hear what your take is on that. But fast switch, I don't have a problem with. I would say it's a thumbs up. We'll see. Grace under pressure, ability to convert standing layups more effectively. I'm gonna tell y'all something. This one for me is a thumbs down, and I'm gonna tell y'all why this one is a thumbs. Rashawn Holmes is a good one, Mike. I'm gonna tell you why this one is a thumbs down to me. To me, grace under pressure is them trying to put a badge on something because people blow so many layups and get so enraged. So it's like, we're going to give somebody a badge to keep them from blowing layups. And, because people get so upset when you can't make a layup, and because, they just get pissed. So I feel like that's what that badge is. For me, that's a thumbs down. I think you either roll with it the way it is with the layups, or you just essentially, make it easier to make the layups and make fewer of them miss. But the problem is the reason why they have to make layups and defense around the basket like that is because it's too easy to get in the lane, right? It's too easy to get in the lane, and they don't know, and they haven't figured out how to create without making the game super sticky and have some flow to it. They have not figured out how to allow the ball handler to dribble around and for you to be able to defend the lane as much as you need to, so that getting close to the basket for a layup style shot isn't as easy as it is. It's too easy. So now they have to make it where if you're anywhere in close proximity trying to defend this, then it makes making a layup or a shot really close to the basket with somebody by you, it makes you miss it a lot more. So I think and this is grace under pressure. To me, sounds like they're just trying to fill that gap. Limitless takeoff, ability to soar from further away on drive and dunk attempts. I got Zach LaVine. Limitless takeoff. I want to see how limitless it is. I'm a little nervous. Whenever they start talking about limitless, that gets me really nervous, because I don't want to see nobody taking off from the top of the key. Talking about, I got limitless takeoff, bro. No, man. No, I don't. I'm going to put thumbs sideways on that one, because I'm not sure if they went a little too far with that. We'll see. Mouse in the house. Ability for bigs to finish over shorter players more efficiently. I really like that one. Thumbs up for sure. I think too often, I feel like you cannot take advantage of mismatches. That too often, and I'm not even just talking about bigs on smalls. I'm talking about small. I'm not even talking about bigs on smalls in the post, even out top. And this wouldn't help this, but out top, there are times when you get a small guard, a small quicker guard, and he has a big on him, and you should be able to call an isolation, clear out, take this person off the dribble 9.5 out of 10 times. And sometimes I feel like it's too easy for the big to guard him. And what ends up happening is the big size starts to equal speed because they take up more space. So I'm of the belief that 2K needs to make the court a little bit bigger. I think that would help, or make the players a little smaller. I think it would definitely help, but that's a whole nother thing. So, but Mouse and House overall, I like. Unstrippable, the ability to secure the ball better when gathering for a layup, dunk in traffic. I don't have a problem with it. It sounds like it might be slightly redundant to some of the other stuff that they've had before, but I don't have an overall problem with it. Chef, the ability to knock down Steph-like off-dribble deep threes. I'm sorry, I thought that was already in the game. I really did. This, I don't know. I think I read that they mixed this with something else, or they got rid of a couple badges and this one became that one. Okay, we'll see. Stuff like this, shooting badges, they start scaring me with 2K. They start doing weird stuff. Okay, so thumb is sideways on that one. Limitless spot up, the ability to hit logo range threes off of catch and shoot. You know what? I wouldn't have a problem with this if I didn't think it was going to be. If this was relegated only to the NBA style game and you couldn't have it in Park and you couldn't have it in Pro-Am, I would like it. But the fact that everybody with a shooting build is pretty much going to end up having limitless spot up. The amount of people in the NBA who have limitless spot up abilities, like Damian Lillard, we're talking a very small percentage. But what we see when we have this badge available for Park and Pro-Am, you end up with 3 or 4 people or 2 or 3 people on the court at one time with this same ability, which now makes it not like real basketball. And some people, not in Park, I don't care. I don't mind, because Park is not supposed to be like real basketball. It's not. So I don't have a problem with it. But in Pro-Am, I don't like that. I just personally don't like that. So I don't know about that. I like it if it was just in the NBA, but I don't like it in Park. I don't like it in Pro-Am. Lucky number 7, boost your ability to score when shooting early in the clock. I don't have a problem with that because it's for 7 seconds or less for if you play in that offense. So obviously James Harden is a guy who would fit in there. Steve Nash would fit in some place like that. People who have played in Mike D'Antoni's system and been successful, the lucky 7 seconds or less, got it. No problem. Thumbs up for that one. The Mismatch Expert, the ability to successfully shoot over taller defenders on a switch. Kyrie Irving might be the best best post-up guard in the NBA. Despite the fact that he's 6'2", he is adept at getting shots off, even if the defender's a little bit bigger than him. He's got that knack. As long as this is not given to too many people, or it's not too easy to get, I dig it. Definitely thumbs up. Glue hands, the ability to make difficult catches and quicker branch out to a shot or dribble. Here's one thing. Here's a problem I have. I don't think that the hands rating overall in 2K is clearly enough defined for whatever it is. I think the majority of the ratings are not clearly enough defined. Some of them are pretty self-explanatory, but I really think we have a strong need for a glossary up in here. I want a 2K glossary. So every last one of these ratings that you have, these attribute categories that you have, you need to tell me what each one of these things do. There's too much left to my own imagination, which I guess is why it's September 7th and we ain't seen a trailer for my city. So there it is. Hyperdrive, boost the speed and effectiveness of moving dribble moves. I like this because the reason why I like this is because not every player with foot speed has quick, shifty handle. And if this functions the way it sounds, then this gives a little bit of something to the people who are quick with the shake and quick with the wiggle and quick with the change of direction moves with dribbling. And when you come, and so what that does is it makes a player like Luka Doncic, who might not be super fast from a foot speed standpoint, but it makes them difficult to guard because of their ability to change directions with dribble moves and things like that. So I really like Hyperdrive. If it works the way it sounds, I give that one a thumbs up. Quick chain boosts the ability to quickly chain dribble moves together. I like it, no problem. I think it's also still a skill gap kind of a badge. So even though you might have it, you still it's comboing essentially. So I don't have a problem with that. Post playmaker boosts the effectiveness of both shots and moves when playing in the post. I don't like the name of it, but it just sounds like it's post efficiency, because post playmaker sounds like you passing, but that wasn't anywhere in the description. So I went with Embiid because it seemed like the right one. Triple threat juke increases the effectiveness of a triple threat fake, jab, and go moves. LeBron is fantastic in triple threat. There's several other players that are really good in triple threat. I like it. I don't have a problem with that at all. Triple threat is an essential aspect of, being an effective offensive player, especially an effective isolation or one-on-one offensive player. So I like anything that enhances that. All right, the defensive badges, there's only 3 of them. Ball stripper. That one just don't sound right. Anyway, a ball stripper. I don't know. Ability to strip, layup, and dunk attempts more effectively. I thought Matisse Thybulle, because he's just great. His hands are just great, just quick inside the pocket strips and stuff like that. But stripping layups and dunks. So is there really a thing where people are really excel at the fact that when you go up on your gather, their hands are quick enough and they take, is that really a thing enough for a badge? I wonder about that one. My hands, I'm a little sideways on that. Hustler. Ability to get those scrappy 50-50 balls quicker than opponents. I love it. I love this one, and I thought about Facu immediately. Campazzo is one of the scrappiest little dudes in the league, and I love to see badges that fit specific role style players, right? So if I got a hustle dude on the floor, I want to be able to feel why this player is valuable, and putting in a badge like Hustler, I hope it works well. Really good. Thumbs up. Menace significantly drops the offensive ratings of opponents when you smother them. Sounds like some of the other defensive badges. In theory, of course, I love it. Anything that realistically enhances defense, I'm down with it. I say my thumbs up for that one. I don't know exactly what all it's going to do, how it's going to work exactly. That wasn't a really deep explanation that they offered us, but it's the best that they have. So I would say mostly it's thumbs up, but we'll see.